I'm practicing Agile Scrum for more than a decade now, and for the last several years, I've been working with multiple Scrum Masters on my projects. I'm prompted to do this video today because in the recent past, some of my Scrum Masters asked me to provide my input on the daily Scrum call on something that's been bothering them. So, this is how it goes. One of the Scrum Masters came to me and he said that he thinks the daily Scrum call for his team is getting boring. The team is really not very much excited about this call anymore. And I asked, how do you run this call? He said, well, we go around the table and we have everyone answer those three standard questions, which are one, what did you do yesterday? What are you planning to do today? And do you have any roadblocks? And this has become so repetitive that everyone just wants to answer those questions quickly and be done with it. As a result, really no collaboration happens in the team, not much discussion that happens in the team, and I end up missing my sprint goals at times. So here is my advice on this problem. I mean, the Scrum Master is right. That's how the Agile Scrum call is supposed to be run as per the Agile Scrum guidelines, right? But in my view, that's outdated. I mean, who cares about what you did yesterday? We are working on Agile, the fast-paced Agile, and all we care is how we are going to plan today to make sure that team is getting closer to the sprint goals, right? How we really look into the problematic stories which are not moving forward and plan the game for today as a team to move those stories or tasks forward, right? So today what we do is we have team share the work items on the tool and take everyone through those stories or tasks one by one. It is okay to go story by story and the task by task in the daily Scrum call because we really want to see what are the stories or tasks which are not moving. So in this approach, one team member is sharing the screen, taking the team through the work items one by one, and everyone else is really looking at that particular item story or the task which is on the screen. And if there is a problem with that, everyone is discussing about that problem. Everyone is trying to really make sure as a team we have a plan to address that problem and we help that story move forward. In this approach, people are not really worried about their turn. They're not really thinking what they have to say when it is their turn because now everyone is focusing on that one story or work item which is on the screen. But we have to make sure that this is done by a team member and not a Scrum Master. And everyone, a new team member, shares the screen and he or she takes the team through all the work items one by one. And we focus on the stories which have problem, which is called itemizing. Look at the stories or the tasks which have been there in the same state for more than a couple of days and plan our game as a team to help that story or task push forward, right? So this increases collaboration, right? This increases participation. Now people are participating, really discussing about the problems, main problems, and planning for the day for the team to really see how we can get closer to the sprint goal. That's really it. That is the key, right? And the good thing is, many of our teams have now started doing this. But still, by doing this and this new approach, many Scrum Masters at the back of their mind, they are thinking that, hey, they might not be really doing it right because they are not following the Agile Scrum guidelines. They're not really asking those three standard questions. So for them, my advice is it is okay. Just do what works for your team. These Scrum guidelines were written decades ago. They are outdated. Most of them are outdated. So you can tailor this for your team to what works for your team. That is it. Thank you.